Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about my Pelican 1650. It's my go-to range case if I'm going, to the range with some buddies and just need some extra room. If you can't fit it in this case, you probably don't need to take it. This case weighs 81 pounds as is set up right now. I have been known to add one more thing, and that's just a rifle. I'll break it down into the two pieces, upper and lower, and I will set it right here. I'll close the lid, and I'm ready to go for whatever kind of range day we can throw at it. So come along with me and I'll show you some little things that I put in my case, and maybe it'll help you. By all means, if you see something I need to add, please let me know. I'm always grateful for criticism. So thank you for your time, and let's get into this box. We're going to start with the lid first. I'm going to adjust the camera, and then we are going to go to the lid shot. Alright, so we're going to go through this lid as best as we can. As you can see, it's the top of a Plano 1650. When it comes, it does not come with this divider. The divider is an extra add-on, and to me it's a well worth it purchase. It does come with hardware, and there is spots for it to go as like to screw in to the top, so you don't have to drill or silicone or nothing like that. It's still watertight after you add this seal. It was thought of while the tub was being manufactured, I'm sure. Goes together really easy. It's just, I think it's like 6 screws or something like that. 10-minute install. But we'll start in the pockets. The first one I have is a little Write in the Rain notebook. I usually, call me OCD, but I'll usually do like some rifle test ideas or whatnot, and I just write out a couple drills that I want to get through the day and just kind of get some baselines on. For example, the first one is 5 yards from ready, 4 to the chest, and that's with a rifle. And then I'll try that a few times and I'll get a good baseline on that, so that way next time I come out I know I know where I'm at and where I'm standing, if it's going to be a good training day, what I need to work on, kind of deal. If you open it up, pretty simple. All your pens and some Write in the Rain paper. Pretty simple there, just something to keep some data on. Alright, so up here, the one thing I will say, anything bigger than this, it falls out when you close it. These two pockets are almost worthless in this thing, because if you put, say I put, my battery pack in here, as soon as you put it in there, you close the lid, it falls out and it's just laying on top. So that's why I opted to put the battery somewhere else. But what does stay in there is just a little Leopold glass wipe. I did some NRL 22 competitions, and they were giving this out in like a little goodie bag, and I just stuck it in here. It comes in handy pretty often. The pen holders you can use, they're pretty straightforward. They just hold your pens. I've had none fall out. So use those. Don't use the 2 other pockets though. It'll just be laying right here when you open it. Over here I got a couple mag holders. These are just some holster, like universal mag pouches, and a little Glock reloader. I don't necessarily use this Glock reloader for anything. It's just for if a buddy's fingers are getting worn out or something, I'll throw it to him. I have the nicer one. I think it's the Magula in the house. I keep it in an ammo can where all the ammo's at, because when I reload my magazines, I don't reload it at the range. When I go to the range, it's time to shoot. It's not time to sit there and load magazines. So I'll load my magazines up prior to going to the range, and I'll show you how I have that set up here shortly. Below that, I have some gloves in case we're dealing with some hot suppressors or things of that nature. These are the Pig tactical gloves or something. They are by far the best fitting gloves, but they do not hold up. If you wear these for any extent of time, you're gonna rip out the fingers, and they feel good, but they don't last. Maybe you might get 2 months out of that set of gloves or something like that. Below it, like I spoke earlier, it's an Maxpedition battery pouch. I have the common 1, 2, 3s, double A's, and I got 4 triple A's in the bottom. And then I have all the specialty batteries, 1632, 2032, 2032, and 1632, which is pretty normal for me. I try to keep 2 of everything, because usually when my optics are going down, they're going to go down together because I put the batteries in at the same time. I've tried to make it a habit over the last few years to, like on New Year's Day, I go through all my optics and add batteries. It's not that bad. I got 4 optics, so I add 4 batteries on New Year's Day, and I call it quits. This one, I got a little training tourniquet in case we want to try something there. Train up on a tourniquet. Cheap iPro, just in case a buddy needs some, or if I need them or whatnot. Get that back up. This right here, some band-aids for when you start getting that Glock knuckle. Some Easex gun care lube, just cheap lubricant. I think that was in one of the goodie bags from one of the shoots I went to as well. These are just Ranger bands. Ranger bands come in a multitude of sizes and strengths, but I would definitely have some in here. They're really good, especially for cable management, or I've seen people put them around the grips of their Glocks when their hands get sweaty. They have a couple Ranger bands in there. One of the most underrated things that a lot of people don't have is electrical tape. Electrical tape can pretty much solve anything that duct tape can, and some things that duct tape can. Keep you some electrical tape, and don't buy the cheap stuff. Go out and buy like the Scott $3 roll. It will last you years to come, and you only spent $3 instead of 98 cents. This is a dehumidifier pack. It has like a little color code key on there that says, hey, when it gets to light pink, plug it in, and it dries out all the beads so you can reuse it. That's his dedicated pocket. In this pocket right here, I have just dummy rounds and a chamber flag. Dummy rounds are great training tools for helping with malfunctions, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So that's the top. It keeps everything organized. It's worth the extra expense of the top. It's not hard to install, and it's like a buy once, cry once kind of deal. So I'm going to get the camera changed to show you the bottom, and we're going to go through the bottom. Alright guys, I hope the camera angle is pretty good for you. What we'll do is I'll bring something out and I'll show you what it is closer to the camera. That way there's no confusion on that. So most of you will see something that looks familiar if you watched any of my videos in the past. This is my competition bag, so to speak. So if you want to see what's in this competition bag, go to the other video and check that out. I can store it in here because I have a 2-year-old running around. It just lets me lock up all my guns in a case and don't have to worry about that. But there is an in detail video about this bag if you want to go look at that. That way we don't burn up a lot of people's time that have kept up with us, okay? The one thing I will leave in here is my Glock 43X. We'll go through that in a second, just because you haven't seen that before. Alright, so moving forward, I have 2 Manus Blackbeard systems. I have actually done a review on this as well. Go back and check it out. It's a great system to have. I highly recommend to anybody that is interested in saving some money and getting some good, valuable training in as far as dry fire goes. So I have 2 of these systems because the first one, I bought the first one, and then a buddy tried it out, and now I have 2 because they're just very valuable, pieces of, gear. And when you get a buddy out here, y'all can do transition drills. You can shoot your rifle, put your rifle on safe, throw it to the side, grab your pistol, and it doesn't cost you 50 cents a rep. So check the video I have on these out if you get a chance. It's also on my channel. Pretty detailed view, but if I'm missing out on anything y'all want to know about the Manus system, please let me know. Alright, up next we have a bleeding control kit. This is just one of the North American Rescue Kit's pretty straightforward. You know, has all your basic. There is some Narcan in here. I've been trained on Narcan. So, but this is just the basic one. Has a tourniquet, Sharpie, compressed gauze, pressure bandage, combat gauze, 2 pair of gloves, and a chest seal and shears in the back right there. This is just a, if I'm having to use this kit, it's been a bad day. But it's something that everybody needs to have in their range bag if they're going to be shooting guns. Guns have one purpose in life, and that's to put a bullet wherever the gun's aimed, and it doesn't care who you are, what you are, or you know what your favorite hobby is. It is it's a tool. So that's why you got to have this for when accidents happen, because nobody's accident free in their lifetime. This is just a cheap it's a cheap dump pouch, but what I use it for is I collect the brass up when I'm done with it. So we'll go to the range and we'll shoot a bunch, and I simply just toss my brass in here, and it makes a nice little pouch. Bungee it off, close it up, throw it in here, and then I'll throw it in the tumbler when I get home to start the reload process over. If y'all want to see some reloading videos, let me know, definitely. I got a Dillon 750 case feeder, bullet feeder. I would love to teach y'all how to do it. I just need somebody to show some interest in it before I start, you know, taking time to do those. Next up, hearing protection, just some cheap foam hearing protection in case somebody leaves theirs at the house. These are some Walker hearing protection. They used to, you know, turn it on and have the microphone, and one side quit working, and it gets pretty annoying when you have one side amplified and one side not. It kind of throws off your, you know, your balance or whatnot. So these are just Loner Ear Pro if somebody, you know, forgets theirs and wants to double up or something. All right. So next up is just simple stuff. These are just target pasters. When you shoot a target, you know, just a little sticker. Peel it off, put it on over the hole. That way you can conserve your targets a little bit more. Right here, this is something that I kind of found through the grapevine that works out really well. What these are their shipping labels, and they're about the size of a index card. So you peel it off, you peel these shipping labels off, okay? And peel one off for you. But check this out. So you got a target stuck up there, and you know, paper, whatever, you got some holes to cover. Slap it on there, and now it's stuck to the target. Now you have a note card size target to shoot at, and these were like, I think like maybe $12 for 3 big rolls or something crazy like that. These are the postage stamp, you know, where you put the address and stuff on packages. And if you need a smaller target, they rip real easy. Fold it over on itself, you got a smaller target. Pretty cheap target system. I know targets can get pretty expensive when you're paying, you know, you're going to a local range and you're paying $3 a target, and you know, after 20 rounds you can't tell where your rounds are going. Pick up a cheap set of these and you can keep sticking them on there all day. Clips for targets. Been to the range a lot of times. People will shoot the clips off the targets, and it's always nice to have a bag versus having to go to the front and ask for a clip, and you know, just be prepared. So this was a little cheap, I don't know, waterproof bag somebody gave me once upon a time, and what I have in here is just note cards. Same reason as those. I'll take a staple gun, or same reason as little postage stamp things, but these aren't adhesive. You know, I just staple these to a target usually, but honestly, ever since I got that roll of postage adhesive things, I have not used these. I probably just need to take them out, but I know as soon as I take them out, I'll need them again. All right, keep moving on here. So the save your equipment that I was telling you about, and the range bag, these are little tags for them. It came with total of like 8 so I just keep those in there. No, really don't know. I think they just got left in there. All right, so we will move on to this. This has the QLS receiver on it, and if you watch any of my other videos with my main gun, it has a QLS fork on it. So put this over my belt, clip it in, call it a day on that. Very valuable system to have right here. All right. So when I said I load up all my magazines at home, this is what I mean. I'm a big proponent of, if you buy magazines, don't put them up and just let them collect dust, hoping they'll be a keepsake one day. Use your magazines. Make sure you're not using a magazine, till its death. Replace it if need be. Replace springs. Keep it running. But what I'll do is I'll sit down before a range day, and I'll load up all 10 magazines, and that's how I keep my round count. I'm not going to a range day where I'm going past 10 magazines. It's too expensive, and I should have got my training in before the 10 magazines were up. That is enough rounds to get a training session in. If you're going out to a range day and burning 1,000 rounds and you're having to pay for it, you're not going to have many range days. And honestly, after about the 200 round mark, your fundamentals are kind of going to crap. Just get good quality training in versus trying to just get rounds down range. So these are my Glock 17 mags, 17 rounders each one. These have like a little Pierce grip on them. I think they're +4s, and I just load them all the way up, and that's how I ration my ammo out for a range day. All right, the next little sleeve I have, the Glock 43X. I just have 7 total mags, and I do the same thing. I load them up, and that'll be my range day. With these being 10 round mags, I might reload 3, and then that'll be a good day for me. But also shooting a smaller gun is a little harsher on the recoil, so that's why I kind of like this system, because 60 rounds through a 43X is the equivalent of probably like 150 through a Glock 17, if you want to talk about the recoil and how spicy it is or whatnot. Alright, so this right here is an Amazon Basics folder, and it just has free targets. For those that don't know, like T-Rex Arms has a lot of free targets. Look up the Eleanor drill from Sage Dynamics. It's a free target print off. This is what Eleanor drill looks like. So you just staple it up there, and with a handgun for the Eleanor drill is 3 yards from holster, 1 round, one round into 1-inch circle in the headshot, so that'll be the top one, and then get 3 rounds into this in 2.5 seconds. That's a great skill target to work. I got some dot drills from T-Rex Arms. Got a little tic-tac-toe, just more dot drills. I got some big circle drills, cadence drills, just some headshot targets. Just something to add a little fun to your range day, so you're not just shooting the same, bullseye target or the same, 1995 guy with a goatee and a mullet holding a gun or something. Just something to spice it up. So that's just my target package. Alright, this is where I start to get a little innovative. These right here, you might think, man, why is this guy spending so much money on Pelican? These are not Pelican cases whatsoever. They are Harbor Freight cases. They are $10 a piece, if not 15. They're under 20 bucks. They're good to go, and they are rugged. I've had this case for 6 years, and this holds my AR mags. And what I do before I go to the range day is that's how I stack up my AR mags. If you take a little 20 round holder, stick it in the back, it keeps all these from moving around, and then you can even fit a little 20 rounder over there. It's not going anywhere. Alright, just keeps everything secure. I have 2, 4, no, I guess you would call it like 6 or 5.5 mags worth of ammo sitting right there. If I go through this much rifle ammo, I'm done for the day. Just trying to keep that ration low. You don't want to be out at the rifle or pistol range shooting 1,000 rounds a day. it's not it's not something that you can do all the time, and it's not something that is going to yield you good training you know habits. I spoke about that earlier with the pistol round count. All right, I'm gonna put this up there. I'm running out of space. On this, got a shot timer. This is another Apache case. Apache 1800 is from Harbor Freight, just like the other one. All three of these are Harbor Freight. This is the most valuable tool you could ever put in your range box. Okay, this is the Kestrel timer. If you want an individual review on this timer, I will love to do that. The reason I like it so much is the KST 1000. Okay, what you see is it has a front screen, sets the beep. All right, so and it counts, and then when you shoot, it'll tell you your time. But the good thing about this one is it has two screens on it. So if you're looking at it from your pocket, that's what you're looking at. And if you're sitting here holding it, that's what you're looking at. Green means go. It tells you your shot splits and everything. If you want a more detailed review on that, I would love to do it. I think everybody needs a shot timer. No, you don't need a $300 Kestrel shot timer. I agree. But this is a buy once, cry once tool, and it has become very valuable in my training regiment. Alright. This is the old staple gat. Alright. Another Apache 1800 case. I got a DeWalt stapler from Home Depot or Lowe's, whichever one sells DeWalt. And I got enough staples to last me probably a lifetime of range trips. But I like keeping it in here because if anybody's ever put staples in a baggie or staples in anything other than a hard box, you realize that they stab through, they get everywhere, they break apart, and they're no longer valuable to you anymore. All right, so that's my staple gun. All right, I'll give you all a little teaser of my Glock 43X. I'm going to take it out and I'm going to clear this, make sure it's clear. Chamber's clear, magazine clear, chamber clear. We're just going to leave it in this configuration for a minute. I'm going to do an individual review on this along with the Philster Enigma holster. This gun right here, I have went through Range Master instructor, both basic and advanced, with this gun like it sits right here. I had I'll tell you the stories about the Holosun felling me, and I'll also tell you how I finished and things of that nature. Look for a review coming on the 43X coming soon. Great. I'll go ahead and spoil it. This is a great gun. It's by far one of the better guns I have in my little arsenal here, which is pretty small comparatively to most. Alright guys, so I hope y'all enjoyed the review of the Pelican 1650 and kind of my loadout with it. This has been a great case. Probably had this going on 2 years, probably about a year and a half, 2 years. One thing I will show you, I'll walk around the outside of it. So when it closes, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clasp on this thing. I can tell you from forgetting to put like a piece of paper or a magazine back in, it takes unlatching 1, 2, 3, 4 latches just to be able to pry up one end to get a magazine back in there when you forget it while you're cleaning up. It does have a handle in the front. It does have a handle on the side. You will notice something really cool right here. If I can get in frame, it has wheels. This right here is why I got the 1650. It has wheels. This case weighs 81 pounds. I just put it on a scale before I came out here. What you saw today in this case weighs 81 pounds. You want wheels, all right? Let me clear off the table before I knock something off. With the wheels, You're wondering, hey, how do you carry it? Well, I have the wheels. It has a little handle that pulls out, and that is how I transport this. I pick it off I pull it out of the bed of my truck or the trunk or anything, and I wheel it to where it needs to go. That is probably the most important thing I could tell you to buy when it comes to one of these cases. If you have the space, you're going to fill it. If you want to get a bigger case and you think you need a bigger case for a range day, let me tell you this. 1650 is probably where you need to stop. Because if you get a bigger case in the 1650, it might not, it could be Condition 1 or, you know, Harbor Freight or whoever. You are going to want to fill it. And right now, this case is almost annoying to have to pick up and put down, you know, get in and out of the house with. Don't go any bigger than this and expect to, you know, not ding your walls going down the hallway with it or having to carry it up steps and things of that nature. I would stop at the 1650. It holds all you need to hold and nothing else. That is one thing. That is one question that I had when looking at this case. They're not cheap. You don't want to buy the wrong one, you know, right off the bat. I think there is a similar size one, and it is they like airline rated, so it is a lighter case. That's something you might can look into. But I wanted the full weight one due to my thought was if it weighs heavier, it's got to be more durable. And this is definitely an expensive case, so I wanted to buy once and cry once. I'm 270. I stand on this case all the time to get a higher vantage point or whatever it is, or just to stand on it or sit on it sometimes at the range. It'll hold your weight. There's no signs of leaking, cracking, or breaking. You can't go wrong with a Pelican. Just don't buy one that's larger than you need, because you will fill it up and you will get strong trying to carry it around. Alright, so thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video with me. I'm going to go ahead and load everything up and get back in the house. Y'all have a great day, and if y'all can think of any video ideas or anything y'all want to see, please let me know and we'll go from there. See y'all.